We're Crystal Seagulls. You're listening to Alex Irons Presents on Roundhouse Radio. This song's called Happy Days.
Short fear and make them slave, like safe sex to a passive age. Resolution, right time, rhythm and keeping time. There's no time to hold a dream. Keep up in the daily speak. You can say we don't try, the problem's in the truth. And it feels as if my skin's crawling. Set sail to focus on fate, but keep smiling, disengage. And it feels as if my skin's crawling. Hold hope for the happy days, but keep smiling, disengage. And stop trying, light a firelight with truth. Don't fear if you feel trapped. Shrink wrap with a dying class. They can help you this time, but promise never change. Backseat to hide from view, and let fate make the lucky choose. They can help you this time with subtlety, with truth. And it feels as if my skin's crawling. Set sail to focus on fate, but keep smiling, disengage. And it feels as if my skin's crawling. Hold up for the happy days, to keep smiling, disengage like you do. Slave to watch you rest up slowly, softly spoke. Long before they kick the chair to taut the rope. Slave to watch you rest up slowly, softly spoke. Long before they kick the chair to taut the rope. Slave to watch you rest up slowly, softly spoke. Long before they kick the chair to taut the rope. So my soul to feel something, but my time's wasted on you. Drowned out, holding for nothing, but my time's wasted on you.
Hello and welcome back to Alex Irons Presents, where this week in the studio I have Crystal Seagulls with me. How you doing, guys?
Hello. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thanks. We'll cut straight to the chase. You guys played Isle of Wight Festival this year.
We did indeed.
How did you get involved with being a part of Isle of Wight Festival, and how was it just being there?
That was from a massive... It was essentially a big battle of the bands kind of thing. I think there's about 3,000 acts sent off some tracks, which then got whittled down to 12 acts that performed live on a kind of judging scenario for a few people, like Absolute Radio presenters. And
because wasn't Andy Bush present?
Yeah, he was there.
So then the 12 got then down to 6 who were going to be performing at the festival. And then the winners got to play at the Big Top, which is the second biggest stage at the festival, and also get some studio time. Then we ended up winning the whole thing.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty chuffed with that.
And what did you guys get up to at the Isle of Wight Festival?
What didn't we get up to? Hey?
You just take it in, don't you? You know, because it's the first time we've ever went to do something on like what would be deemed a professional level. Do you know what I mean? So we were just floating about, just trying to take it all in really at the time, and it was just a lot to take, wasn't it, in the day? But we just had it out all day and just had a blast. Really.
We succeeded to cover all of the bases throughout the day of playing a really good gig, getting a lot of people interested, which was lovely, and then proceeding to be thrown out of the VIP bar and, and the party bus somehow. Moral of the story is never tell desperate young musicians that there's free alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Or tell anyone that there's free alcohol.
Yeah,
because
pretty much.
things will go downhill from there. But apart from the Isle of Wight Festival, what have you guys been up to during this year?
We've been playing a lot of gigs around the London circuit, and our main focus, kind of since the Isle of Wight Festival, has been getting our EP together, which has been shaping up really nicely now, and we're planning on releasing that around January, and hopefully having a kind of launch party / gig.
With or without free alcohol, we're not entirely sure yet.
If it's us who are doing the budget, bring your own.
Bring your own free alcohol, okay then.
Yeah, just cracking on with it, aren't we, really? And hopefully get another one done a couple months after, and just hopefully try and make a grander push next year into the public conscience.
Maybe you'll be further up the bill at Isle of Wight Festival next year.
With any
festival.
Let's hope.
I reckon so. Maybe this year Little Mix will support us. You never know.
Instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
But talking about 2014, talking about the EP release, but what else do you guys have in mind for early next year, or next year in general?
We've got a lot of gigs coming up, a lot of things in the works. Basically, should include kind of some big gigs of our own. Probably going to be heading outside of the realms of London, venturing into Mordor.
Venturing outside of the M25.
Pretty
through
much,
these safe, sacred walls.
And pretty much. And we're kind of looking into all of the bigger festivals this year. Hopefully we'll get a few bites, and hopefully a lot of people will get to know us.
In a band way, maybe in a personal way. Who knows?
Both, hopefully.
Yeah.
But what has been the most rock and roll moment that you guys have experienced on stage this year?
Well, you got cut off, didn't you, Jimbo? Jimbo went on a sort of an Oscar-esque rant, and then got the microphones turned off, and that was pretty banging.
Yeah, that kind of set the tone for the whole gig.
Well, in my defence, I think it's just because some people just can't hack the truth.
What were you talking about?
Sound man.
Actually, no. The sound man, I actually said in my little speech, I said, excusing the sound man because he's a lovely guy.
Yeah, well, the context of the tone you used to say that phrase kind of, you know.
Well, I can't control. It's a bit like whenever you're sending a text to someone, and lol could mean certain different things.
Or if it's David Cameron, it could mean lots of love.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got cut off for abusing the sound man.
Well, no, it wasn't so much the sound man. It was at a gig which shall remain nameless, the venue.
In this fair borough.
And basically a few things kind of went a little bit wrong for us, and I just wanted to kind of clarify a few things to the crowd about possibly the bureaucracy being somewhat tainted.
Genuinely use that word as well.
Yeah, just any excuse to use the word bureaucracy, really, in any negative connotation.
Yeah, we're all pretty we're not that wild though, are we? Really, we like to put on a good musical performance as opposed to living like Axl Rose.
Yeah, we have our alter egos on stage, and they're pretty wild. I mean, Elsa's one is kind of
snake hips.
Yeah, snake hips. Snake hips, bare open chest.
Is that because they hiss?
Well, that's what we thought it meant. Yeah.
But if you guys could have any superpower, which one would you have?
Go on,
and
Els.
why?
Go on, Els. What have you got?
I don't know.
What have you always wanted to be?
Okay, can I have two?
Yes.
One would be super strength.
Why?
Bit like the Hulk.
just because it'd be fun to smash some stuff up. Second would be the ability to be loved.
The ability to smash and be loved.
Pretty much.
That's what you're just describing the Hulk.
Yeah.
What about the ability to
Your
love
one
being
will love me.
smashed?
The ability to love being smashed. Oh, God. I'm not sure about that. Maybe. Not so much on the next day. How do you feel, Jed? Speaking
Yeah.
of being smashed.
The
I'd like
ability, yeah, the
Yeah.
ability not to have hangovers would be pretty good. I could go for that, but
The ability to not loving getting smashed will probably be.
There are too many negatives in that.
I feel
I'm a wordsmith.
all depressed now. All these negative words. All
What about
negative
you?
phrases.
Yeah.
What would I have? The amount of times I've asked this question and never thought about it. It's just
Yeah.
a bit ridiculous. The ability to be a radio presenter would be a good one.
did a pretty good job.
Thank you.
No, you're doing an alright job.
I don't know. The ability to turn invisible, maybe. Or I've always thought,
Especially for the pervert.
Yeah,
That
go
well,
into
like
the girls'
me.
locker room.
or the ability to be like, I don't know. I always thought like in a bus would it be quite cool to like get on a bus, but technically you're in another dimension. So when you're like when the bus goes all like bumpy and the bus driver can't drive, you don't like get thrown around the bus.
Have you
So
experienced
it's
many
my-
injuries?
My magic
What
bus.
kind of bus rides have you been on?
I've
Been
been
thrown around the bus?
You haven't been on the C11, mate.
or any bus in Harrow. But guys, a massive thank you for coming in.
No
It's
worries,
been a
man.
massive pleasure interviewing you and having you in the studio. You guys have another song for us, so I'm going to stop talking and let you take it away.
Thank you
Cool,
very
man.
much.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I'll do the intro, shall I? Okay, we're Crystal Seagulls. You're listening to Alex Irons Presents on Roundhouse Radio, and this song is called Hands Inside the Dark. How can you love and lie at the same time? Your explanation seems to wind up with a kiss. Act like the queen and I'm your concubine. You got me hiding in your dungeon, waiting for a flick of wrist. With your hands inside the dark, like strangers in the park. A romantic midnight stroll. Your double life is catching up with you. I saw your friend creep out the closet in our room. You love extrapolating